back to my channel. Happy Monday. Today we are going to be working on my current diamond painting together and catching up on some things. I do want to just say I don't think today's video will be super long. I have not been feeling very well. I'm filming this on Sunday morning. I woke up yesterday on Saturday just not feeling great, just like body aches and just kind of out of it. So it's been a pretty lazy weekend here. Steven and his dad are also doing some house things. If you hear different noises and voices and all that stuff, that is what's going on. But I want to try to get this video filmed so I can just veg out for the rest of the day, and hopefully do a little bit of diamond painting. So today we are working on Dreamer. This is from Diamondartisan shop. The artist is Hannah Digi Art. I believe this one's a 50 by 70 and is round drills. I'm halfway through this kit. It's going pretty quickly, which is always exciting. I do have plans to hopefully work on 3 diamond paintings this month, so the possibility of being able to finish this one in like less than a week is very nice. So hopefully I can make that happen. And yeah, so far I am enjoying it. There's been a lot of color blocking, obviously, which has contributed to me being able to finish it on the faster side. And the rest I will talk about with you guys in a post review, which hopefully will be going up at the end of this week. You guys can hear Steven, he is right underneath me in the basement. So him and his dad are working on one of our water lines, and then they're also still working on the removal of our chimney in the garage. So it might get a little loud, but hopefully you guys are okay with that. The first thing that I need to do in today's video is catch up on birthday shout outs. I think I've missed a couple. I actually am planning for this month to do the May calendar page earlier in the month so that I have more time to get birthdays onto the calendar. The problem that I ran into is I think my April calendar page went up on like March 31st, and then I had birthdays right away and I hadn't had a chance to go through the comments and get them on to my calendar. So if I missed your birthday, I'm very sorry. I'm hoping working on May's calendar page earlier will help. So I'm thinking maybe like the week before the end of April I'll do the calendar page, and then we can not miss birthdays in the future. So I'm pretty sure that I got the April 1st birthdays for Kia and Rain. I think I got those ones, but happy birthday to both of you as well. On Thursday, April 3rd, we had diamond painting with Sparkles. Diamond painting with Sparkles. I wish I knew your actual first name because they always leave such very nice comments. So thank you so much for supporting the channel, your comments, and watching all the videos. I hope you had a wonderful day. And then on the day that I'm filming, April 6th, it is Sheila Hugo's birthday. So happy birthday to all of you. I hope everybody has a wonderful day. I love birthdays. So I hope that you all had a great day and you were able to maybe do some diamond painting. And all of that fun stuff. So I will definitely work on being better about the birthday shout outs, but sometimes I do fall behind. So I think that's everybody. I know I do have some comments to go through, but I did quickly scroll through them and I did not see any birthdays. So if I did miss your birthday, please let me know and I will be sure to give you a shout out. The next thing that I have to talk to you guys about. So yesterday, Saturday, since I wasn't feeling well, I didn't feel like making dinner, and Steven was like, let's just get you out of the house for a little bit, get a little bit of fresh air. So we actually ended up going to Subway, which they were having a buy one get one for $1 deal, if you're a Subway person. There's one fairly close to our house. So we were leaving and I was like, can you just pull up to the mailbox because I haven't checked it in a couple of days. Now, our mailbox is not in front of our house. We live in, I feel like it's a very old school type of neighborhood. Like, I'm trying to think of the easiest way to explain it to you guys. So it's basically like a square and there's 2 roads that go down the side. There's 2 roads that go around it, and then one of them is a dead end, if that makes sense. So from the olden days, there are community mailboxes. So kind of like if you're in an apartment complex where all the mailboxes are in one spot. Over time, most people have had their mailboxes moved to in front of their house, but the people before us didn't. And we just haven't gotten to it. We have been dealing with other house things since we moved in. So our mailbox is down the road. So you have to walk to it, or you can stop, you can drive by it if you want to. So I had asked Steven if he could stop at the mailbox. Now, I was expecting one thing. I was expecting one book. And Steven opens the mailbox and he goes, "Oh my God." And I'm like, "What? Is there a lot in there? Like, I just checked it a couple days ago." And he's like, "Why is there so much in here?" So he starts pulling out Amazon packages. There was 4 Amazon packages in our mailbox. And I was like, I literally ordered one book. I don't know what this other stuff is. So I started opening the packages and it was books that I didn't order. So if you sent me these books, we have Talk to the Paw. I think this is a series. These are all by Melinda Metz. Talk to the Paw, The Secret Life of Mac and Mac on a Hot Tin Roof. If you sent these to me, can you please let me know? This is, I think, the second week in a row that I have been like, who is sending me stuff? I never heard back from the person who sent the cat treats and the cat straw toppers. So if you sent me these 3 books, please let me know. I don't know where they're coming from. I did not order them. I mean, I love them. They look like Luna. They will definitely go on my bookshelves, but I have yet to find out who is sending me Amazon packages. I did track them, but like it shows them originating from a Massachusetts Amazon warehouse, but it doesn't, obviously you can order that from anywhere and it's just picking which Amazon location is closest to me that has the item. So if you sent me those books, you don't have to comment, but if you can DM me on Instagram or shoot me an email, my email is in the description box. I would very much appreciate that. But just know I am thankful. But I would just like to know. I would just like to know who is sending them. Other than all of that fun stuff, I have decided that, I think I mentioned this in last week's video. I was asking you guys how you felt about me changing up my monthly book haul a little bit and instead making it like just a monthly haul. So I am going to do that. Normally my book haul goes up on the first Saturday of the month, so it should have gone up yesterday, but I'm still waiting for my crystal order to come in. So I think next Saturday will be my monthly haul. It will be the books that I picked up, my crystals. I picked up a couple things during the Amazon spring sale. So it's just going to be things that I like, things that I've picked up recently, because I know not everybody is super into the book content. So I feel like it's a way for me to keep the book content there for the people that do love it, and then maybe just mix in some things that might be interesting to other people. So that will be next Saturday. My crystal order is taking a very long time to get to me. It doesn't usually take that long from the shop that I like to order from, but that's okay. Which actually, speaking of that, when Steven and I went to get Subway yesterday, we were driving and it's an area that we don't really go to a lot. It's so funny because we were talking about it like we forgot how much stuff was actually not that far from us. And I saw a crystal shop. It's not that far from my house. They were closed, and obviously I wasn't feeling well. So we're going to have to stop there at a different time. But I didn't realize that I had one so close to me. I order all of my crystals online unless I'm in Cape Cod, and then I go to Cape Cod Crystals because I love them. So yeah, as far as, oh my gosh, I'm like so hot. I have the fan on and I'm still sweating. As far as work this week, I am ready for the summer in terms of work. I think I mentioned this occasionally when I talk about my job, but I work for a school district, but I do not get summers off. And working in the summer, it sucks because it's so hot, but it's nice because there's really nobody around, and I'm ready for that. I don't know what's been going on this year. It just seems like everybody is fed up with everything. So I did have to go to our new office and set up my desk, and I got there and there was stuff all over it. It was dirty, there was stuff, and I was like, I looked at the person who does the Chromebooks at the high school, and I was like, what's going on here? And he was like, oh yeah, the intern, we have a student intern, he sits there. And I was like, no, he doesn't. I was like, not anymore. Not anymore. So I'm there and I clean, take his stuff off. I wipe the desk down and I go into the drawers, and this kid has filled the drawers, the desk drawers, with his stuff. And I'm like, okay, it's fine. It's fine. So I start pulling everything out and I go to close the drawer, and my drawer is broken on my brand new desk that I have not even used. He broke the drawer on my desk, and I'm like, now, I actually know this student. So I now work in IT, but before I moved to the IT department, I was a teaching assistant at a middle school within the same school district. And I worked, I was the computer lab teaching assistant. So I did all of the computer stuff, which is how I moved over to the IT department when there was an opening. And I was a part of the after school program where we did like a lot of computer-based learning for some of our more troubled students, or students who didn't want to apply themselves or any of that type of stuff. And this child who is now our student intern was one of those kids. And that does not like change my mind about anybody. In fact, some of those children end up being some of my favorite students, at least when I was a TA. I don't have as much one-on-one time with the kids now that I work in IT, but those were always like my kids. I don't want to say my favorite, but the goody two-shoe kids and the really smart kids, they always got enough attention, and it was the kids who really needed it that didn't. So I loved being a part of that program because you could just see the kids like, oh my God, somebody's actually paying attention to me and somebody wants to help me type of thing. So the student walked in as I was emptying the desk, and I was like, we're not doing this. And he's like, oh, I forgot. I'm like, please do not sit at my desk. Like, you have a desk. Sit at your desk. I know, but yours is nicer. I'm like, no, we're not playing this game. So I was like, this is why I want to stay at the location where we are now. If you've been with me for a while, they have been building and redoing this new office space for us since last summer. We were supposed to be in there by August of this year, or August of 2024. Didn't happen. They said they didn't order our desks. They never ordered our desks. They finally ordered them in November. They came in, I think, over Christmas break, but then the place was just a mess and we couldn't use it. Well, now it's like functional, but not necessarily ready for us to like work out of there, but our boss wants us to have, you know, our computer set up, and if we need to be working out of the high school, then we can. Which I don't want to do. I don't want to work out of the high school. I like my off-campus location. I have no problem going to the high school or going to the middle schools when I need to, but I like being out of the building. So yes, that was basically my week. I was in the middle school one of the days. I had some stuff to do, and then it's just kind of been playing catch up after everything I was doing for my big project, which is finally over. Trying to catch up everything that I wasn't doing while I was working on all of that. So fun times at work. I am very bummed because Steven and I were supposed to be going to our niece's play today, but I feel so bad. My ear is killing me. It's like throbbing me. What? It's like throbbing right now. So I don't know how much longer I will be talking, but we'll see. I did want to talk quickly about the trays for this diamond painting. Now, if you watched last Monday's video, it was the kitting up for this one, and I was a little undecided on my accessories. This is the tray that I initially chose, and then I remembered that I had this wooden tray, and maybe for the next color I will use this tray. My only real hang up with this one is the pour spout. This spout here is just too small. It's just not effective. So I'll put my next color in there and I'll show you guys what I mean. But the tray that I'm using now, this blue one, also isn't the best. I remember this being a lot better, but my drills keep getting hung up on the 3D printing filament. So I'm having to like scrape the colors out, and it's just, these accessories I chose, I don't think I did the best job. But that's okay. We're powering through. I will say, I feel like I am picking out quite a bit of trash for this one. Lots of drills with holes in the top of them. And I do think that it's at times prohibiting me from moving through the kit as quickly as I would like to. I'm using this little Bear trash minder, and it's definitely not full, but it's probably about half full. So there's a fair amount of trash in there. It seems like it's one particular color, which is actually the color I'm working on. I think I did make note somewhere. Yeah, 792, which is this symbol that I'm working on right now. A lot of trash with this particular color. So that leads me to believe that it's more of a manufacturer issue, or like, not a manufacturer issue. It is, but it isn't. It's more of like a certain batch type of issue, because this seems to be the majority of the trash that I am pulling out. Okay, so let's do this color. If this video is very scattered, I do apologize for that. I feel like that's just how my brain is right now. My brain just feels very scattered. All right, let's use this wooden tray. This is from Amazon. I did share this in my Amazon haul last month, and it's linked in my diamond painting tools category on my Amazon storefront, which is always linked in my description box. And I was very excited about these. Now, I do think that the drills shake out really well. I'm like so out of frame today. Apologies for that. I feel like the drills do shake out pretty well. I don't have any issues picking the drills up either. I was curious to see if the sides were too high, because if you look at the tray, it does seem like the sides sit up quite a bit higher than the actual drill. But that doesn't seem to be a problem, which is nice. I can pick the drills up fine. I can move them around without issue. I know some of you had mentioned, like, are you worried about the wood having like little splinters and stuff. I really haven't had that problem. I am moving these drills around pretty freely, so I don't think the wooden tray is an issue. But like I mentioned, the spout to pour the drills out is definitely an issue. So let's get the rest of these laid down so I can show you what I mean. I feel like this is the type of tray where you definitely have to pour fewer drills. Now, I am somebody, when I diamond paint, I always just pour in way more drills than I actually need. You can't do that with this one because they're just going to go all over the place. So let's see. I have a few more up here. All right, I think that's it for this color. So I feel like when you're using a container like these Harbor Freights that have a really big opening, this won't be as big of an issue for you. But if you're using something that is smaller, like the round bottles or like the larger Tic Tac containers that have the smaller opening, you might run into an issue with this. So let me actually put this down. So right here, I want to try to show you where the hole is. The hole is right here. If you guys can see my finger going on and off, that is how small the spout is. So trying to get all of these drills down and into that little tiny spout, it doesn't work very well. So honestly, I would just pour it out of the side. I think I would just leave the stopper in and pour out of the corner. Sorry about that. Steven came in. So I think I'll use this tray again for the next color so I can show you guys again. But personally, I think I would just forego the spout and just pour from the corner. But the wooden tray itself seems fine to me. I like it. I could definitely see possibly over time the possibility that you might need to... I do see a tiny little piece here of like a little splinter. I could see potentially over time you needing to maybe sand this down, but just like running my finger over the grid, I don't see any or feel any loose pieces of wood. So I definitely feel like this is you need to try it and decide it for yourself type of thing. But definitely do not recommend overfilling this particular type of tray. So let's lay this next color down. Oh, my nose is running again. I feel like in every video I've posted lately, you can hear me sniffing. I promise it's nothing bad. It's just me having a runny nose. I live in New York, so allergies are a thing. I will tell you guys, I'm so over the rain. We have had so much rain lately, and I know April showers, blah, 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 but I'm over it. I would like it to be nice. It's been warm one day and then freezing and then warm and then freezing and raining. And I think on Tuesday we're due for snow, which is just no thank you. All right, so let's try getting all of our drills down to the corner. You can see we have a couple hung up at the top here. Yeah, see, I think just tapping them out that way works so much better. The little tiny, I can show you guys the spout now. The little tiny, teeny tiny spout just isn't it, I don't think. Okay. $. Oh, also, I did end up deciding to use the bell cover minder with the little beast stuffed animal. This was, if I'm remembering correctly, number 3 out of the list that I gave you guys, and I did see this one pop up the most, which number 3 was my favorite. It was my choice, so I'm glad to see we were all on the same page. I do have other Beauty and the Beast diamond paintings in my stash. So eventually I will work on those, and I will use some of the other cover minders that you guys liked. I cannot recall the name of this store off the top of my head. I need to go back and check my Etsy, so I will try to do that. And if it's not in the description of this video, I will make sure I have that information before I film and post my post review. It was an Etsy shop that I ended up purchasing the entire range. Like every princess that they had available, I purchased the whole thing. So, because you guys know I'm a completionist and I need sets of everything. I am very proud of myself. So last week we talked about my no-buy and how I broke my no-buy. Those kits did come. I will be sharing those on the channel. I think it's this week. It might be next week. I can't remember. But this week's Diamond Art Club releases were so good. Please let me know if you guys picked anything up. I did not. And I'm a little bummed about it. But I am still in my low buy / no buy. And while there were some really beautiful diamond paintings, I did just decide not to pick up anything. But I will be putting some of them on my wish list for sure. But it was such a good week of releases. I do think I will talk about this a little bit more when I do the actual unboxing for the kits that I ordered, but I do think I'm going to work on one of them this month. I don't know though. There's so many diamond paintings I want to work on right now. I feel like now that I'm back into the swing of things with diamond painting, I want to work on everything, and that's becoming a little bit of a problem, but we'll see. Am I going to finish 4 kits this month? Probably not. It has been a very long time since I've actually managed to do that. So I don't think I'll be able to do that, but I could try. Guess I could try. Okay. Oh my gosh. I almost knocked over this entire tray. And that would have been very upsetting. One thing that I do want to talk about, I've talked about this a couple of times on my channel now, so I feel like I'm beating a dead horse. Just the saying, not actually. I talked about a new diamond painting tray in my post review on Friday. Now, this is a tray that I shared in my Amazon haul last month. I also shared it in a wipnchat. I've talked about it a couple of times. And it is a tray that many believe to be a dupe for Yellow Dog Designs. So I mentioned in that video, my post review, I mentioned that I can't remember exactly how I said it, so this isn't verbatim, but I did mention how many people were comparing it to Yellow Dog Designs, and I understand that some people, you know, rely on more affordable prices through Amazon and all that fun stuff. And I did get a couple of comments advocating for Yellow Dog Designs, which is absolutely 100% valid. And I do not want to diminish the small shop at all. If you've been around on my channel, you guys know I love small shops. Yellow Dog Designs is on my list. So many of you love their trays and have shared that with me. And I absolutely would like to pick up something from them in the hopefully near future. So me sharing that tray from Forever Young is where it's from on Amazon. It is linked in my storefront if you want to take a look at it. Me linking that tray or sharing that tray is not me trying to diminish the small shop in any way. I think I mentioned in that post review that I do plan to pick up from Yellow Dog Designs. I want to try their trays for myself. Some of you have mentioned that you think the Forever Young tray isn't a dupe, and others of you do think that. So I would like to figure that out for myself so that I can also pass that information along. So if you were feeling any certain way about me sharing the Amazon tray, I just want you guys to know that I did not mean that in any like malicious way. It's kind of difficult, not kind of, it's difficult when you make videos, because you never want to upset anybody. Like literally the last thing I ever want to do is upset somebody, whether it's a small shop or, you know, a subscriber or a viewer or anything. I don't want to upset anybody. So sometimes it can be hard to feel like you're doing the right thing. So I hope to pick up from Yellow Dog Designs very soon. And I have not picked up another tray from Forever Young. I think I mentioned that they were on sale during the Prime spring sale and that I was tempted, but I did not pick up another one. I did really like the one that I used, and we're going to go from there. So hopefully I didn't upset anybody with the Yellow Dog Designs and the Forever Young tray stuff. I do follow Yellow Dog Designs on social media. I also follow their Etsy shop. So hopefully I can pick something up from them very soon and I can support their shop. I have mentioned a couple of times that they are a Canadian shop. I am in the States, and things are weird. Things are weird in the States right now, with all the tariff stuff. And those of you that are also in the States have mentioned that you've had great luck. You haven't had any issues with the tariff stuff and coming from Canada, which is great. I appreciate your guys' feedback on that. And yeah, I think that's all I'm going to say on it. I will try not to bring it up again, just because I don't want you guys to be like, okay, we've heard it enough, Laura, you can shut up now. But yeah, I need to do a small shop spotlight soon. I haven't done one. Did I do one in March? I might have done one in March, but I don't have one planned for April. I don't know if I'll be able to get anything in April to do a small shop spotlight, but I will definitely have one coming soon, and I would like it to be Yellow Dog Designs. So when and if I'm able to make that happen, I will do that, and I will share all of my thoughts with you then. What else do we have here? I am trying to think if there was anything else that I was supposed to share with you guys in today's video. I don't think so. I did birthday shout outs. I shared the books. So again, if you sent me those books, please just shoot me an email, leave a comment, just so that I know where they're coming from. I do appreciate it. And I'm also just curious, like, it's so awkward to message somebody who you're like, did you send me this? And they're like, no. So I know that there are a couple of people who have my address, but I just want to make sure that I haven't like accidentally posted my address somewhere and now people are sending me stuff. Because while I do appreciate it, that is not my intent. I said to Steven, I was like, I wonder if like the author is a diamond painter. But then I'm like, how did they get my address? So let me know if you can. Please shoot me an email or message me on Instagram or, you know, whatever. Get in contact somehow. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I actually am kind of liking this wooden tray. I used it a couple times and I was like, I don't know. But now I'm kind of like, actually, I don't hate it. It kind of works. Where's my next color? There it is. There it is. trying to think. I feel like there was something else I was supposed to talk to you guys about, but it's just not coming to me. Huh. Interesting. Sorry, I'm still a little like mesmerized by the wooden tray. If you did not see that video, it does also have a magnetic lid. It says, lovingly protected from curious paws. That is like such a thing in the diamond painting community. The paws and the cats and all that stuff. Which is interesting as well. All right. Let's do one more color together, and then I think I'm going to call it for this video. Apologies for it being very disorganized, very rambly. My thoughts are just kind of everywhere right now. I feel like I want to go back to bed, so I might just get back into bed when I'm done with this one. We shall see. I do have some other videos that I need to film. Trying to think of my schedule off the top of my head, and I cannot. So Monday we have this video. Tuesday, I think I have something I need to post on Tuesday. Wednesday will be, I think, the Diamond Art Club unboxing, the kits that I purchased. And then Friday will hopefully be the post review for this diamond painting. So kind of back to a normal schedule this week. We'll see what happens though. I seem lately to have so many things that I want to post that I've been posting more than my usual Monday, Wednesday, Friday, which is fine with me as long as you guys are enjoying the videos. So I think I'm going to leave it here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope everybody had a nice weekend. Hopefully it was better than mine, and that everybody has a great start to your week. Happy birthday to everybody that has had a birthday. Again, if you have one in April, please leave a comment down below so I can add you to the calendar. And I think that's going to do it for today's video. Like I mentioned, I think I have something that's going up on Tuesday. If I'm wrong, I will see you guys on Wednesday for a Diamond Art Club unboxing. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!